Hey, Amber. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Angela. Hey, Maureen. Hey, Nikki. Amber was first. Hey, Martha. Hey, Melissa. Awesome, Ann. I got lots to say. Surprise, surprise. I always have lots to say. Hey, Trenda. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Debbie. Hey, April. Thank you, Ann. It's chilly here today, too. I actually have on socks. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Janie. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Tina. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Randy. That's strange, April. Which it doesn't surprise me. Facebook does all kinds of crazy things from time to time. Oh, Lord, Sadie. Well, they'll be recorded, so you'll be able to watch it later. Hey, Samantha. Okay, Nancy. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Debbie. Oh, Lord, Sheila. My first grandchild. Hey, Gillian. Jillian. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Maureen, I've got socks on. That's as far as I'm going. Hey, Jax. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Carol. Good afternoon, Catherine. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Mandy. April, that's hilarious. And I actually know who called now, so. Hey, Nina. Hey, Ashley, thank you. I did call. I'm going to tell y'all all about it here in just a few minutes. Good afternoon, Shalana. Thank you, Wendy. I decided I needed to paint the barn for this one. I am addicted to these tinted chapstick things. All right, so let's get started. I've got several things that I want to talk about today. But first and foremost, I want to talk about, it's actually called persimmon. I don't know. But anyhow, hey Dee. First thing I want to talk about today is the PayPal link at the bottom of your screen. And I want to explain a little bit about how that works and why we decided to do this. I know that a lot of y'all, probably the majority of y'all who are watching, who are from my local area, have no idea what a true crime discussion group is. You've probably never been involved in one. You probably didn't even know that you were interested in true crime until y'all started watching this stuff. So I know that this is new to a lot of y'all. But to a lot of us, it's not anything new, and this is what we're used to. True crime discussion groups are just that. Places to discuss true crime. Missing persons are true crime cases. Hey, Emily. When we come on lives, and, well, when I say we, I mean me, because I'm the one who is the most public, I guess. Hey, Debbie. My mods will come on with me from time to time. My friend Tori will come on from time to time. So it just depends on, but the majority of the time, it's me. Hey, Emma. And I have gotten so many crazy messages in the last few days because people are saying that I don't have a team. The team is made up. Hey, Julianne. Hey, Michelle. That my mods and my research team is fictional, that it's just me. Hey, Tommy. I can assure you that they are not fictional. They are all over the world, literally. It does not matter where someone is physically located. If they have a brain and some common sense, hey, Beverly, that's more than a lot of people that I have dealt with around here have. And that is just point blank period, the truth. I tell y'all, it just gets better and better. I have 23 mods, short for moderators. I have 60 plus people on my research team, and they are from everywhere. Australia, Canada, Ireland, the UK, every state in the United States of America. Not just that, but then I have people who are local who help me as well. So for people to say that I make this stuff up and that I don't have anybody helping me, y'all are idiots. Just point blank. You're an idiot if you think that. There's no way that I could get any of this stuff done without my team. Every person on my team, every one of my mods, they are just as important, if not more so, than I am to these cases. Because they're the ones in the background doing the work. They're the ones that are there when I'm out in a place. And if I need information, all I have to do is tell them I need information and they have it for me within seconds. They listen to phone calls that I take about information. They take notes. They look up things. They do so many things. Yeah, I know, Tamika. I'm telling y'all, some of the most asinine things have been said in the last few days. And I get it. Everybody, when you're doing something like this and when you put yourself out into the public eye, you're going to get negativity and you're going to get criticism. I don't care about all that. I don't care. Lord knows I don't care. If I had cared about that, I would have quit a long time ago. Because there's some people hell-bent on trying to destroy me. It doesn't faze me. It doesn't stop me from what I'm doing, and it's not going to stop me from what I'm doing. Now, the link at the bottom of your screen is to our PayPal pool. It is for expenses that we incur through the process of our research and investigation, whatever those may be. Gas expenses for me, to and from wherever I go, to research, to interview people. It is for equipment that we may purchase. For an example, the spirit box that we bought. Right now, we are taking donations for a newspaper campaign that we are trying to get launched in order to raise awareness and bring more publicity to the cases that we're covering. And every donation is appreciated. None of it is required. It's just appreciated. Anybody who does what we do, anybody on YouTube who has a podcast, who has a channel, who's on Facebook Live, anybody who does that, either one, has advertisers so that they can make income, or two, they have links to PayPal or other sources of payments to offset their expenses. The key word here is donation. We are not begging anybody for anything. It is there. If you want to help us, if you want to show your support, we appreciate it. If you don't, we're still going to be right here doing what we're doing, and we welcome you to watch. We love all of y'all, whether you donate or not. Every donation is appreciated. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care. None of that matters. Amounts don't matter. It's appreciated. Yes, I post the link on every live that I do, and I will continue to post it on every live that I do. Myself and my team, everything that we do is voluntary. None of us get paid for this. So any expenses that we incur when we're out doing what we're doing, when they're searching, when they're spending all this time, we don't get paid for any of that. The donations are just to help with expenses that we have. And it's not a requirement. It's just, if you want to do it, it's a donation. So how is that wrong? How is it right for somebody else to say what somebody else should or should not do with their money? How is that a scam? How is taking donations a scam? And who in the hell has the right to question what I do? Are they paying my bills? It's not just Geneva, Christina. Well, exactly, Brittany. It is no different. All that we're doing is putting a link up and giving people the option to help us out if they want to. We're not requiring anybody to donate in order to watch what we do or to get updates on what we do. We're even doing giveaways, to help. We're giving away Christmas and winter items to one of the people who donates, just as a, thank you. And like I said last night, we're about $100 away from having enough money to be able to do the ad campaign. And that's just the thing. I just do not understand how it is anybody's business what I do. If I ask for donations, what business is it of theirs? What business is it of anybody else's what any of you choose to do with your money? If you donate, we appreciate it. If you don't donate, we still appreciate y'all. We couldn't do this without people that watch us, because y'all are the ones who spread the word and help us get the word out there about the cases that we're doing. Now, as I said, the link at the bottom of the page is for anybody who wants to donate to help us. Right now, every donation is going to be used toward the newspaper campaigns that we are trying to do to raise awareness on these cases. If you want to help with that, wonderful. Hey, Jennifer. Now, let's talk about this whole debacle yesterday with the copy issue. Yesterday, hey Emily, we had an anonymous benefactor who, hey Andy, who decided that they wanted to, Mickey, just let them go. It's just somebody being an asshat with the laughs. They're showing their maturity. Let them laugh. Ha ha ha, I'll laugh with you. Hey Sakura. Anyhow, yesterday we had, I had somebody call me yesterday morning before I left to go to Geneva. Hey Miranda. And a lady told me that she had called the copy place in Geneva and told them that she wanted to give them some money, a prepayment, for any copies that I might need while I was in Geneva, and to have some flyers printed off in order to help make the flyers while we were there. So I was excited. I was really excited. And it's just somebody being an asshat. Somebody's on here being as mature as a slug and laugh reacting constantly to try to cause issues. So anyhow, just ignore it. The lady who did this, I thanked her. I was excited. You know, I hadn't mentioned that I wanted to do this, but I thought that it was awesome that somebody wanted to help us do that. So I didn't think anything else about it yesterday. I was in Geneva. I met with Wendy and Elvis, and then I picked up an item that was donated towards the drawing, and then the girls and I went to Dothan and finished up some Christmas shopping. Well, when we were about to get out at the mall in Dothan, my phone rang, and it was the lady who had called me earlier about the copies. And she said, Natasha, she said, I don't know what's going on. She asked me if I had told anybody that she had called to try to pay for copies. And I said, no, ma'am. I haven't told anybody. I was busy all day yesterday, so I hadn't told anybody. Hey, Angela. So, anyhow, I said, is there any way, I said, what's going on? She said that she had just called, back and said that she, wanted to, hey Carrie, she wanted to go ahead and pay for what she had talked to the girl about that morning. And yesterday morning when she talked to her, the girl was excited. She said, yes, absolutely, that's no problem. We have no issue doing that. So when she called back yesterday afternoon, the girl told her that, y'all, just stop with the reactions. Stop with the reactions. Just let whoever that is laugh. They're idiots. So she said the girl told her that somebody had called in yesterday. She wouldn't tell her who it was, but somebody had called in and told her that I was scamming people and begging for money. And then they wouldn't take her payment. They would not let her pay for me to go up there and make copies or flyers or whatever I needed. They wouldn't let her do it. First of all, she said she wouldn't tell who it was. So I was like, what? I haven't even spoken with them at this place. So somebody just randomly picked a business in Geneva to call and tell somebody at the printing place in Geneva not to do business with me? Huh? So I called them myself. And I asked to speak to Jennifer, who was the person that this lady had spoken with. And I said, Jennifer, I just got off the phone with someone who called and said that you told her that I was scamming people and begging for money online, so you wouldn't take her payment for me to come up there and make copies. She said, no, that's not what I said. I told her that you couldn't make copies here on credit because you were scamming people. What? And she said, and if you were going to make anything, it had to be paid for ahead of time. Isn't that what she just tried to do? Isn't that what she was trying to do, is prepay so that I could go in there and get what I needed? So she said, well, I don't know. She says, but I'm not telling you who called me. I said, I don't care who called you. I said, so what you're trying to tell me is that somebody anonymously called you, and instead of you finding out if it was true or not, you decided to spread that gossip while you're at work and tell a paying customer that you won't take their money because somebody has told you something that you don't know if it's true or not. So then she started stuttering. And I had witnesses to this entire conversation. I put it on speaker so that my adult children could hear it. She said, well, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you just can't get anything here on credit. It has to be paid for ahead of time. Again, the same thing. I said, that's what she was trying to do. I said, and second of all, have I ever spoken to you? Have I ever been in your business? I said, I've never even come in there or called you and told you that I wanted to make copies. I said, this was just somebody trying to do something nice. And you prohibit that? Because somebody called you and told you something that you don't know if it's true or not? And I asked to speak to the owner. Well, actually, first I said, can I speak to the manager? She said, I am the manager of the printing part. I said, was the owner there? She said, no, he's never here. And I said, well, can I leave a message for him? She said, yeah. So I sat there a minute, and then I was like, well, do you want my phone number? She took my phone number. And I said, okay, so let me get this straight. I said, I'm just going to let you know that tonight I will be talking about this on my live. Okay, that's fine. She really didn't care. And I said, so let me make sure I've got this correct. What I'm hearing and what I've been told is that you got a phone call from somebody who just randomly picked your business out of everywhere in Geneva and told you not to let me do anything without having prepayment because I was running a scam and begging for money on the internet. And you repeated that information without knowledge of whether or not it was true to a paying customer and refused their payment. Click. She hung up on me. So last night, I decided to talk about it on the live. Never have found out what the girl's last name is, by the way. And the owner's daughter, the owner of the place, reached out and I had a conversation with her this morning. I called the newspaper because a reporter from there asked me to call him. I called the newspaper in Geneva this morning. They said he was in a meeting. I left my name and number. I still have not heard from him. Then I called the office in Op, and I asked to speak to the owner. They said he was at the bank. I left my name and number. About 20 minutes later, my phone rang, a number from Chipley. I put my mods, my research team for this case, on the line so that they could hear exactly what was said because I wanted witnesses. And it was the owner of both places, the Reaper and the Op News, and then he owns both printing places, apparently. He gets on the phone, and to begin with, I don't know, he just had a really strange... When he first answered, it was like, I knew he knew who I was, so I said, yes, sir, this is, he said, yeah, I had a message to call you. And I said, yes, sir, this is Natasha Cooper. I said, I'm assuming that you heard what happened yesterday because I spoke with your daughter, my daughter. I said, yes, sir, she messaged me last night. And I talked with her this morning. Oh, well, yeah, it's handled. Okay. And I said, do you have any idea what happened? Yeah, I know. Okay. I said, well, it doesn't sound like you know. Are you aware of what happened with your employee? Yep, it's been handled internally. She was reprimanded. I said, okay, reprimanded by her supervisor. I said, and you're satisfied that she was reprimanded? You feel that reprimand was sufficient? He went off the deep end. He said, yeah, she was reprimanded. What'd you want me to do? The punishment needs to fit the crime, right? What'd you want me to do? Take her outside and chop her head off? Huh? I said, sir, that's a little extreme. And I'm not understanding why you've gotten such an attitude with me. All that I was doing was trying to call you and talk about this and try, come to some kind of solution. He said, what do you want me to do, fire her? You want her to lose her job because of this? She made a mistake. People make mistakes. It happens. It's been taken care of internally. He said, and honestly, it's none of your business. Huh? I just sort of laughed a little bit because I was like, huh? And the research team was listening, and I said, okay, well, I said, I don't understand why you've gotten such an attitude. I don't have an attitude. You're questioning me like you're an attorney or something. And I said, sir, all I did was ask you a question if you thought that what her supervisor did was sufficient. He said, yeah, it's none of your business how I handle my employees. And I said, okay, I said, so you don't think that she should apologize for what she said? He said, that's between you and her. I said, sir, I don't even know her. She was representing your business when she did this, and you don't think that she should apologize to me? I told you that was between you and her. He said, I've said all I'm going to say about it. And I said, okay, like I literally was speechless. And I said, well, I said, sir, I just don't understand why you've gotten this attitude with me. And he said, it was literally like he had his ass on his shoulders from the time he answered the phone. All I wanted was an apology for what happened, and I would have been fine with it. I was a business owner for 8 years. I know you have to suck up and do things that you necessarily wouldn't like to. But to be an owner of 2 newspapers and 3 newspapers and all of this stuff, I'm just like, seriously? Jesus, take the wheel. And then he said that he believes in freedom of speech and that social media gave people a way to speak and say things that they should never say and things that were none of their business, and they didn't know if it was true or not. They didn't have to post the truth, and that he was a purveyor of freedom of speech because that's what he did. But people on social media took it overboard, and that if people on there wanted to believe things without any proof, that was up to them. I said, well, sir, I'm going to talk about this today on my live. I said, if this is the way that you feel, I'm going to post and talk about what happened and how you've reacted. Well, you better be very careful what you say. I have an attorney. I said, sir, now you're threatening me? I'm not threatening, I'm just telling you. You better watch what you say. Huh? So I was like, y'all, I'm not kidding. I'm still dumbfounded by this. Dumbfounded that this man reacted in this way. And they've put a blurb on there. Well, Amber, my whole research team heard the whole conversation. 9 of them were listening to it. They heard everything that was said. So I have 9 witnesses as to every word that was said on that conversation. And I had them listen on purpose because I wanted witnesses. Okay, I'm apparently missing something. Then he tells me, he said, well, my reporter's already gotten court documents on you, but we ignored them. I said, what? He said, yeah, and my daughter's found out stuff about you too. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, yeah, somebody sent in some court documents about you to our reporter. I've already been warned about that. I said, court documents? What are you talking about? I said, and your daughter has found out information about me. What are you talking about? Nothing. It doesn't matter. I'm not getting into that. Then why did you bring it up? And then he said that everybody on my lives that were commenting were throwing conspiracy theories around about his newspapers. I said, conspiracy theories? I have no idea what you're talking about. He said, well, then maybe you need to read the threads on the things that you do. Y'all, at this point, I was dumbfounded. I was just like, I said, sir, I just can't believe how you're acting. I really cannot believe how you are acting right now. And he started doing something else, saying something else, and I hung up on him. I kicked him out, Jax. He's blocked. So that was my experience today with, I don't know how you say it, Pujol, I don't know, Printing, and the Geneva County Reaper, the Op News, whatever, and that was my experience with the owner today. First of all, this is what I have to say. What does any court documents involving me have to do with someone wanting to prepay for copies and flyers to be made for a missing girl in Geneva? What does any of that have to do with what I called him about? His employee spreading gossip, and that's all that it was gossip, because none of it was true. What does that have to do with anything that I called him about? Yeah, exactly, Debbie. Prepay. I'm just curious. If anybody can explain that to me, I would greatly love to hear it, because I've never in my life heard of such. And I actually told him, I said, no, sir, I don't want her to get fired. I don't. All that I wanted was an apology. I don't want anybody to lose their job. It's almost Christmas. I don't want anybody to be fired. Maybe she was having a bad day. I don't know. Yes, everybody makes mistakes. I had no desire for her to lose her job. What I wanted is for them to acknowledge that there was an issue and for her to apologize. He said that she had been reprimanded and she knew that what she did was wrong. Well, I know that Wendy's ex-husband called the newspaper and told them that I was scamming people. He also called the police department and told them that I was a fake and a fraud, and who knows what else. Yeah. So I know that he called. I don't know if that's who this woman particularly was talking about, but I do know that that man called. And the point of the matter is, this is the thing. William Gardner, that's correct, Debbie. All that I and my team are doing is trying to find a missing girl. Several missing girls and women. That's all we're trying to do. So why in the world are people giving us such a hard time? Wendy is Shayna's mother. He is her ex-husband. Thank you, Elizabeth. Wendy, it is not your fault, babe. It is not your fault. That man has got serious mental problems. He has been banned from the page. Hey, Misty, thank you. It's actually not red. It just looks like that in the light, I guess. It's actually like a coral color. And the lipstick is too. It's called Persimmon. It's another one of those chapstick things. Now, I have something else that I want to say. Thanks. Melissa, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand it. All we're trying to do is help people. We're trying to help these families bring their families home. You know, they're babies, their sisters, you know, mothers, daughters home. And to find answers for these families. Jennifer, exactly. What he should have done as a business owner is offered to run some newspaper ads for free. Or made the copies for free. As a business owner, that's what he should have done to try to make things right with myself and the community. Instead of copying an attitude and trying to bring up all kinds of mess that was completely irrelevant, that's what he should have done. And any good business owner would have done just that. Any business owner who was worried about competition or worried about the public eye and what they thought would have done that. Anybody who had any inkling of a heart would have done that. But instead, he wanted to catch an attitude and act like a total asshat. Who knows, Amber? I guess we'll see. You know, your local newspaper is supposed to be the source of information for your community. Way before the internet was ever around, they were supposed to be the source of information for the communities. Okay? So, where has their information been about these people who have been missing? Why do they only run ads occasionally about these cases when a reporter chooses to do a piece about it every once in a while? Every year on the anniversary of their disappearance. Why is that the only time that they cover them? Why can't they do something that other places don't do? Why can't they run continuous ads? Well, exactly, Crystal. Sources of fact, not rumors. Oh, he told me they would happily make copies for me as long as I paid for them up front. He did tell me that. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I wouldn't go there now to make a copy if he was the last place on this earth to get a copy. Well, exactly, Emily. Exactly. And then they put a blurb on their page. And I want to make sure that I read it correctly. Let me pull it up. Hang on. This morning, they put a blurb up on their page, I guess to counteract what was being said. Oh, they've took it down. It's gone. Do y'all see the ad now? Because it seems to be gone. What they had put on there this morning. Hang on, I'm trying to find it. I know I have a copy of it somewhere. It says, the Geneva County Reaper accepts payment for all goods and services we offer. However, the payment must be for a specific order. And that was done this morning, first thing. That was posted this morning, first thing. Thank you, Trenda. Yes, somebody named Catherine posted it. Jennifer is the person who told the woman who tried to pay what she did yesterday, and she's also the person that I spoke with. Now, I want to talk about some more stuff, because this is some more drama that has cropped up since last night. So, anyhow, I have no idea why I have no idea why they were discriminating against me. I don't know. I don't know what their malfunction is. I don't know what their issue is. But yes, that's exactly what they did, was discriminate because of information that they said they found. They're a newspaper. They're supposed to do anything and everything to get the truth out there about things. They're not supposed to be in the rumor and gossip business. Allie, you're not the only one who has said that. I've actually had several people tell me that I should consult an attorney because of it. Now, tomorrow I was supposed to meet with Wendell. Apparently, he's pissed off because I called him a pervert. Apparently so, Laura. Apparently so. Yeah. Hey, Tina. All right, so let's talk about this for a minute. I was contacted. I actually was sent a screenshot today of somebody who was in Joey Smith's family, calling me out on Facebook for saying things that weren't true about Joey. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Chelsea. So I told her, I actually called him out. Okay, Rhonda, I understand what you're saying, but that's not... Please, if you have a case that you want us to look into, message me. It's not to be posted in here. Okay, now. So anyhow, Joey Smith, she called me. I did post and tell her to call me if she had questions. She said she wanted to sit down with me because I was giving out incorrect information. Come to find out, she was going by what somebody else had said. She had not watched the live. I, for the record, want to say and clarify, I've clarified it I don't know how many times, but Joey Smith is not, nor was he ever, someone that I considered a person of interest as far as being involved in what happened to Shanna. His name was given to me through various people as someone who may have information about Shanna and Wendell's relationship, because Joey stepped in and stopped Wendell from hitting Shanna on more than one occasion. That's it. That's all that I wanted. You know, that's all. That's it. I asked for prayer for Joey and his family. He was attacked twice. He got into an altercation at a gas station, and then later that night at his home, he was also beat with a fire extinguisher. He's in very bad shape in the hospital. That's all that I said. That's all that I know. I never said anything about his specific condition and what's wrong with him. I never said he was guilty of anything or that I thought he was guilty of anything. Nothing. So this is what I want to say. You know, I have spoken to that family member. I've let her know what happened. His family understands now. We're good. But this is what I wanted to say today. I say all kinds of things on these lives. I put information out here that we are given. I don't say that this is what I believe. I don't say that this is what happened. I put information out there to see what information comes back in. I never say that I think somebody's guilty or not, unless I state that it is my opinion. That's it. People twist and turn what I say. They only hear parts of what I say, and then they run with it and start all of this drama, when all they have to do is open up their ears and listen. Not only listen to the parts that they want to hear, but to all of it. I have no control over what somebody comments on these lives. Freedom of speech. Unless it's rude or derogatory, then we ban them. Otherwise, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. As am I. Just because you don't like what I do, you don't like how I do it, you don't agree with what I do or how I do it, you don't like me, you don't like the way I do things, you don't agree with how I put information out there, that doesn't mean that you have the right to lie, twist and turn my words, and try to act as if I've said something that I haven't. This is point blank the truth right here. We are trying to find people who have been missing for years. In order to do that, you have to stir things up. And that's exactly what I do. I stir things up. I ask hard questions. I put controversial information out there. I say things that other people won't. I say things that everybody thinks but won't say. And I do that at my own personal risk. My entire life has been put under a microscope, shared all over the internet. I've been called everything under the book, Everything I've ever done in my life has been nitpicked and posted. I don't care. I'll sign you a copy of my one and only mugshot if you want it. I am not ashamed of anything that I have done in my life. Everything that has happened in my life was a lesson or a blessing. And I'm proud of every one of them because it has gotten me to the point that I am today. And I know exactly who I am. I know exactly what I'm doing and exactly why I'm doing it. And what other people think about me who know nothing about me, I don't care if you knew me 5 years ago. I don't care if you knew me a year ago. You don't know me now. I stay at home and I stay away from people for a reason. My family, my friends have been attacked. The police has been called on me repeatedly. DCF has been called on my children repeatedly. My children are grown. Yes, I do have a foster child, my niece that I'm adopting. My health, my appearance, everything about me has been attacked. But I'm still here, and I ain't going nowhere. There is nothing that I do or say on these lives that is against the law. There is nothing against the law about looking into cases that have not been solved. If you do a search on the internet, you will see that a lot of cases have been solved using social media. For the simple fact that we follow the information that was never followed before. And we have the resources to follow through. And a tenacity like no other. There's nothing about me that's fake. I am the same person all day, every day. I do not change at all. Yes, I ask for donations. I sure do. And I'm going to keep doing it. Those who want to donate, wonderful. You're appreciated. Those who don't, wonderful. You're appreciated. All that we want to do is help people. If you can't help, don't hinder. And if you have such an issue with everything that we do, sit back and ask yourself, what are you doing? What are you doing to help someone? Is someone that sits behind a keyboard and spews malicious things all day long, are you really a productive member of society? Are you happy with your life? I don't think so. I think you're a sad sack of hot air who hides behind a keyboard because you have no other life. I have no issue showing my face. I'm proud of my life and I'm proud of who I am. And I'm going to continue to do just exactly what I'm doing. So is my team. People in these towns may not like us. People may not like me from before. People may not like me from cases that we've done. I don't care. Chances are, I don't like them either. I can assure you I ain't losing no sleep over it. The fact of the matter is, we want to help. We want to find Shanna. We want to find Calandra. We want to find Kim. That's it. That's our goal. That's all our ulterior motive, is to find them. That's it. That's it. My past has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. Nothing. As much as people want to make it out to be some awful, nefarious, evil plot, give me a break. How much time and effort are they putting into something that's productive to try to help somebody? None. And I'm going to tell y'all something. In my entire life, I have helped anybody and everybody that I could. Always. I've always taught my kids to help anybody that needs it. Because as long as you do what you feel is right in your heart, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what they do with it after the fact. That's on them. They have to answer for that. But as long as you do what you feel is right, that's all that matters. And last night, my kids made me so proud. And I said I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm going to. And I sat in my car last night, and I shed a little bit of a tear. My girls make me proud. And they show me that I have done something right. And my kids wouldn't be the people that they are if I wasn't the people that I am. Person that I am. And I don't care what people think. My girls are a product of me and how I have raised them. That's all I need to show me that I have done something right in this world. And last night, they saw somebody who needed something. Not really needed, but wanted something. Somebody that I had met with yesterday. I'm not going to say names. But my girls, after I got in the car and we were leaving, I was telling them about it. And both of them said, Mama, we want to do something for him. So when we got to the mall, I took Mariah and I was trying to pick out clothes for Mariah for Christmas. And they went to look. I thought they were going to Victoria's Secret, but they went somewhere else. And they come back in there and they were grinning. And I was like, what did y'all do? And they held up these 2 bags. And they had went and bought him some things that he wanted. And we went back by there last night and they took them up to the door and gave them to him. And that made me so proud. I'm going to tell y'all. Because they saw somebody that wanted something. And they knew he couldn't get it himself. And they wanted to help. And they did. And that's exactly what I've taught them their entire lives. They've seen me do fundraiser after fundraiser for people who needed it. They've seen me do the angel trees at my store for years, you know, to make sure that kids had Christmases that otherwise wouldn't have. They've seen me take food baskets to people for Thanksgiving and Christmas. You know, I've always made them go with me because I wanted them to see and I wanted them to know that not everybody is as fortunate as they were. And I have done my job right. So I don't care what people say about me. They can blast me all over the world for things that they think I've done to them or things they think I've done to somebody else. But my question is, what have you put into the world? What have you done today to help somebody? Because if you're not helping somebody, you're not accomplishing much. If you're trying to tear somebody else down, you're worse off than the person you're trying to do it to. Especially this time of the year. You never know what somebody's circumstances are at all. You have no idea what somebody's circumstances are. You don't know what's going on in their life. Somebody can smile on camera, and then as soon as they get off, they can just get somewhere and lay down. They might feel bad. They may go somewhere and cry. You don't have any idea what is going on in somebody's life, because everybody puts up walls and everybody fake smiles through it all. Everybody goes through things. And it's nobody's place to judge. And I'm guilty of it too. I am. I'm guilty of it too. But the fact of the matter is, help somebody. And if you can't help, don't harm. Help somebody. It would be a much better place if everybody tried to help somebody, as opposed to trying to tear everybody down. Who cares if what you hear about somebody's true? Who cares? Does it affect you? Has it affected you? For the longest time, I would react. I've got a temper. You never know when one word or one smile might be the thing that somebody needed to make it through the rest of their day. Just be nice. Treat people decently. Respect everybody. Everybody matters. Everybody. I don't care who they are. Everybody matters. Regardless of your circumstances, regardless of your past, regardless of anything. Everybody matters. So anyhow, I'm going to let y'all go for this afternoon. I think I've said everything that I needed to say, everything that I wanted to say. And I'll be back tonight at 8:30. Maybe 8, I'm not sure yet. I need to talk to Janie because I want to see if we're going to do Spirit Box or not. And then I will let y'all know exactly what time once I talk to Janie. Reschedule with Wendell. I don't know that Wendell is going to talk to me because he said that he was pissed off because I called him a pervert. But I'm just going to say point blank period. This is my opinion. I think he's a pedophile and a pervert. I do. And if he doesn't want to talk to me because of that, so be it. But that's my opinion on him. Janie said, yes, we can do Spirit Box tonight. So anyhow, love you too, Wendy. Jesus, take the wheel. These people, I just don't even know. But anyhow, y'all have a wonderful afternoon. I plan on it. And I will talk to y'all tonight.